Hello, I'm Umbrenero and welcome back to Umbrenero's Life. Today's video is checking in on my goals, quarter 2. It's that time of year where it's time to go look, see how all of my goals have been going. And I have my 3 journals that have various goals out in front of me. We're going to start with my daily journal, which I will say has been kind of forgotten about slightly in the past couple months just because of life, but I have been trying to use it. I'm trying to get better. But we're going to hop right on in here, and we're going to start off with looking at my level 10 life, which it's probably the quickest thing to go through right now, just to get the baseline of how everything feels like it's going. So we're hopping right on into it, and we're going to see if there's any updates. So finances for quarter 2. I'm going to say it's still about the same. Still around a 5. Nothing new or major really has changed, so things are still the same. For home, I'm going to say it's still around a 4 because there are some rooms that I want to rearrange. Haven't gotten to it yet. Hoping to actually get to it this week, but we will see. But you never know. Sometimes that stuff can take some time. Next area is hubby. One, two, three, four, 5. We're going to give that a 10. And we've been doing date nights pretty commonly. We've been having fun being nerds, and that for me counts as a date night. Like, for instance, he got me into Magic the Gathering, and he knows I want to master set a few sets, and this is one of the cards that he found for me recently, which is a card I will end up using because I think it's kind of fun. But it is what it is. Mental health. We know my struggles. I'm keeping it at a 4. It's starting to get a little better, but I've just been so overstressed trying to get things caught up, things back on track. And for instance, a little behind the scenes, this video is actually getting recorded a week early because I'm trying to get ahead again, because my entire backlog of videos went out, and now it's like I'm out of videos. I had bad mental health, so I didn't really do many recordings, so trying to get back into the habit. Physical health, another 2. It's getting better, but needs improvement. Work. Because of mental health, it's still at a 3. So really the only area that changed from last time was hubby went up to a 10, because things are going good. But with that said, we're going to get into the actual goals. And we're going to touch on them and see how they went. So these 2 things, nothing happened with them. Honestly, I fully forgot. to work on that. So we're going to do the same things, because I want to try to start saving some money to the side so that way we can do some stuff. So, savings, and then a bill tracker, which I just need to build. I have all the info. I just need to put it together so that way I can look and make sure bills are paid on time. And that we're not randomly a week late for paying a bill and it then taking an extra week to come out. So, same as last time. Very quick, very simple. Home, the updates were the bathroom update, vinyl removal, office update. So, this is paused, the bathroom update, just because getting the motivation to actually go get everything for that is taking some time, and we need to do it. This one I forgot about. And office update semi-happened. I did get some stuff technically, like technology-wise, added and put where I want it. The only thing that is now remaining is cord management, which drives me absolutely bonkers. But for the next quarter, we're gonna try this. Vinyl removal. Try to actually get it done. Maybe I'll get it done this week. Who knows? I want to rearrange our living room, which husband is on board with. He needs help because of technology related things, so he's on board for that one. Those are the two big ones that I have right now. And honestly, if I can get both of those done, I will call it a win. Because it's not too much, it's just enough to get stuff done. On to hubby. Weekly date nights, we're done. So, we're going to keep doing them. But, I'm also going to add some quality time. Right, where neither of us have our phones. That's something we do enjoy, is spending time together without our phones. If it means playing card games, we're going to do that. If it means playing a video game together, that would count. It is what it is. But next, we're on to mental and physical health. So, again, on yoga, because I want to be able to do some yoga, but to do it, I need to physically get in better shape, so it's a double-edged thing right now. Self-care actually has been going good, because I've been taking quite a few naps, because they have just come in handy. So, the things will carry over again, because why break the one that's working? And I want to get to the other one. So, healthy meals, lose weight, workout. And all of those have not gone so well. But I have a few goals already in mind for the next quarter, which is the same things, but I added one. I added drinking water because I am awful at that. It's not a secret. I am completely awful at that. And those are things I know I need to work on. So, we'll go into it a little bit more when we get to my health journal right over here. But we still have work area. So business plan, that was I didn't get it fully worked out. This was okay, but it turned to because of mental health, stuff like that. Stream consistency. I actually ended up taking almost a 2-month break of streaming, so that is a definite But the general goals for my work is video buffer, so having a nice backlog so that way I could take a vacation. I could be away for a month and a half and videos are still coming out on time. I want to be able to do that. The other one is consistency, because I'm really trying to get consistent here. And some of those things just are a pain to get to. But next, we're gonna go on to my little bingo, which, if you notice this, it is a lot more colored in than last time, because stuff has improved. I haven't been writing dates down because I keep forgetting to write them down, and I'm trying to get better. It's a work in progress. That's how that stuff goes. But we have a few things we need to actually add. So, to the books category, I have actually been on a roll this week. I'm probably reading like 10 different books at once, because I will read one, get bored of it, swap to another book, and go to a different one, and it works. And I get to read a variety this way. That is kind of what I like, though. And I can gladly say I have not DNF'd a book for a few months. I think that's the name of the book. Yes. That was when I actually finished mid-recording of one of the videos that I was doing. I actually, because I will count audiobooks as books. That one, I finished it mid-recording of a different video, so it's like, hey, that one's done. It's another one I can take off my list. But we're getting there. And then you fall into the very random rabbit holes of things to watch, and you don't know why you ended up watching it, but you watched it. But with that being said, let's see where we're at. Date nights, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. So we have 10. 10 there, so that means we should have date nights. We gotta color one in. So there's that. Cards. When I made this list, I was missing 121 cards. As of today, I am missing 22. So I have gained 99 cards since the start of this year. And in the video that comes out in next week, I think, comes out in July, I know that much, I actually am doing my binder update, and the binder is actually right over here. And I'm only missing 22 cards now. So I'm getting there. Books, though. Let's go back to this. So I can color in the rest of the books because that column is full. There, and grab this one. So now I'm actually at that point where I need to go look at my husband and be like, hey, I need to determine what my prizes are for getting bingos now. So we'll end up seeing we're one away from being at 15 for movies and games. But if things go the way I'm hoping as of the day of recording, I'm going to be hitting 15 later this afternoon. We'll see. TV seasons. We're at 20. So, let's get that updated. There it is. So 20 TV seasons. Yeah. So it's just date nights and movies and games that are left to catch up on, which isn't the worst thing. But we're going to go to the next journal and get that updated. So we're moving on to my health journal next to update. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the goals from before, which you can ignore this page because that was just my reflection from the first 3 cycles for my health journal. This is what we're actually looking at. So, self-care yoga was primarily supposed to be for relaxation in the second quarter of the year. Obviously, that's not really happened for the yoga part because physically I don't feel able to get into some of the yoga stuff I want to do. So, I want to get better with health. So, I had all of this stuff. It is what it is, and I have updates that I want to try to improve on. So, we're going to go and set the goals for this next quarter. And honestly, they are not too bad. And yes, I will admit, I did go and write these out in advance, so that way I knew what I was going to be putting as goals. But we're going to bring yoga back for relaxation. But it's going to depend on if I can physically feel like I am at that point. So that is one of those things. Then self-care. One of the ways I have really been doing that is reading and playing card games. So, being that nerd has, in a way, helped mentally to relax. So, I will take it. Physical health. Always the area where I struggle the most. So, number 1 is healthy food / drinking water. Because obviously those are big things that I need to do. But within those, there are little sub areas that I want to take care of. So first off is meal planning. The last quarter has been awful for doing meal plans. Portion control. Another thing that has been going awful this last quarter. But I want to really work on it into this next quarter. There is a week where I am going to fully ignore portions and eat whatever I want because it's my birthday week. That's the rules. That's the week I am getting to splurge and eat whatever I want. I'm just saying that up front And if that means really starting to work on stuff the week after, it is what it is. Up next is water tracking, which is something I have done very bad at in the past, but I want to improve with. The other thing is taking a daily vitamin again. Those are stuff I want to do. So, this is how my little cycle trackers are modifying too. Right where I have an area for vitamins, the days, and a little box for water tracking. So I put a little thing on the bottom just saying, hey, a dot equals 8 ounces. It's something I'm gonna try. Like, I didn't get it done for the first week of cycle 7, but second week, I had it ready to go. We're gonna run it and see how it does. So the next big thing is losing weight. But that takes time and effort, which I'm trying to do. And then working out is the other area. And one of the things we have talked about is the gym membership. But we need to make the decision on when / where we're gonna get one and stuff like that. Then it is walks. I don't know about you, but I like to do walks as a group because doing it by yourself isn't the funnest. Like, where I live, it's pretty safe. The biggest thing you have to worry about is animals. And I just prefer to walk with friends because friends or my husband, just because it would feel better. Because then you have that companionship and it's not just you that is trying to get better, it's the whole group. And then the last thing is other various workouts. It's like, yes, I can do workouts at home, but it's finding ones that I can physically do. So it takes time, but we can try something. But that's it for the health journal. And now onto my work journal, which is, oh boy. Yes, I willingly will say that. So in my daily journal, I put my main goals as a buffer for work and consistency, because those are some of the big things I want to do. The specific to work goals I had last quarter was business planning, a 2-week buffer for both channels, streaming 2 times weekly over on Twitch, 2 times weekly on YouTube, and then for professional development, finish a class. Those were the goals I had for work. Did I accomplish any of them? No. So we're going to set the goals for quarter 3, and hopefully we do better this time. So we're going to kick it into the general box, which I did the layout completely different this time. And also it is after my July spread because I kind of forgot to put this in before July spread, but it is what it is. Which will remind me after the first month in the quarter, hey, how are my goals going? But, general, business planning is a big goal. But that'll also include some setup steps that need to take place. Like, I need to find out, alright, if I want to do stuff, do I need to technically have insurance? How do I go about selling stuff? How do I go about a lot of stuff like that with the art I do? So there's a lot of figuring out stuff that needs to happen. Which then does bring me into researching for craft sales. It's like, When are some of them? Where are they? Requirements for individual sales. What needs to be done? That is something I need to truly figure out. But that's just the general goal I need to work on, because I need to come up with a plan and actually start working on it. But videos, we're gonna move to that. I want a 2-week buffer for both channels, so that way, like I was saying before, I could go take a vacation for a week. I could be busy for half a month, so that way I know I am good. Consistency. I just want to get better at consistency in making sure stuff is posted. So that's something in general I gotta work on. And then this is a thing that kind of helps with the 2-week buffer, but a backlog of footage for both channels. So that could mean for gaming, I have an entire series recorded, just not released. And I'm releasing it one video at a time. Or, for this channel, I have videos recorded for December, but they're not edited yet. They're just sitting and waiting. So, I want to kind of have that backlog, just so that way, if I have a day right where I can get editing done for 6 videos, I can do that and actually then start building up this buffer depending on when said videos are going out. Like in July, I'm looking to record 10 videos that come out in October and December. So you gotta do what you gotta do, and sometimes you just need to do stuff when it's physically able to be done. But on to streaming. I want to stream 2 times a week on Twitch, because right now I'm trying to get back into it and I don't want to burn myself out on it, but also depending on weather conditions. There might be times right where I'm not going to be able to stream because it's too hot in my office. So I have to look at stuff like that. And then we have streaming for YouTube. For my gaming channel specifically, it's every other weekend right now for the summer, until I can get stuff somewhat figured out and planned. So that way, come fall, we might be able to go back to every weekend. Just depends on what's all going on. And then we have the category I have decided to just call others, because professional development did not fit there. So, first one is finish a course in the quarter, which that is doable. I just keep forgetting to work on them. Then I want to make some business cards and stickers, which I made some very rough versions of both, where I had to handwrite on the business cards a few things, but it is what it is. It worked for what I needed them for that day, because I had a family member that was asking about the art because we were talking the one day and she liked a few of the paintings I've done. So she's curious and she wanted my info, so I figured out that was the easiest way to get it to her. But then the other thing in here is posting the last thing on here is going to be making posts on YouTube for the schedule for both channels. And I'm actually changing what I wrote down on my brainstorm sheet, which was, oh, we'll do gaming weekly, we'll do this channel bi-weekly. No, I changed it. We're gonna post weekly for both channels. So that way I can give people a heads up saying, hey, don't expect both videos this week, or hey, there is a bonus video from when I took an accidental break. So you get a bonus video this week. It will help me keep myself accountable and actually keep myself consistent. That's the biggest point. So this checking in for Q2, how it went. It went, and I have to say, it could have been worse. But we're looking to improve going into Q3, and you won't know exactly what you need to do until you get there, and I'm trying. We're gonna see what we can improve and what will get better. So, thanks for watching, and if you could like and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. Again, thank you for watching, and until next time, I am Umbrenero. Bye!